Good morning, students. Welcome back to English class. Students, today we are going to see a new chapter in grammar part. So, be ready with your grammar book. Students, a few weeks back we have learned about countable nouns and examples. Today also we are going to continue with the same topic. Today we are going to see extra more examples and we are going to do some exercises. Okay, so be ready with your grammar book and pencil. Students, do you remember countable nouns? Yes, already we have learned countable nouns and some examples of countable nouns. Today also we are going to continue with the same topic. Okay, students, what do you mean by countable? What is the meaning for countable? Yes, you're right. Countable means able to count. What do you mean by countable? Countable means able to count. What do you mean by countable nouns? Countable nouns or nouns which can be counted. Countable nouns or nouns which can be counted. Students, countable nouns have two forms. One is singular and another one is plural. Singular nouns tell us about one person, one place, one animal and one thing. Plural nouns tell us more than one person, more than one place, more than one animal and more than one thing. Okay, let us see the next point. We can use a number or articles before the noun. We can use numbers or articles a or an before the noun. Look at the given examples. 3 books. Students, in this example we have used number 3 before the noun. Okay, before the noun books. 3 books. And the next example is a book. A book means one book. So we have used article a before the noun book. Let's move to the next example. An apple. An apple means just one apple. Okay, we have used article an before the noun, before the singular noun. Okay, students, just one thing you have to remember: articles used before the singular noun. Okay, we can use words like a or an with singular countable nouns. Students, we can change singular nouns into plural nouns in different ways. Let us see one by one. Look at the first rule, that is adding s. Students, we can add the letter s to the singular nouns. Let us see the given example. Car. We know that car is a singular noun. The plural form of car is cars. C-A-R-S, cars. We added the letter S to the car. Car is a singular noun. Cars. The plural form of car is cars. Let us move to the next rule, that is adding es. Students, if any nouns that end in s, ss, x, sh, ch, o, we should add es. If any nouns end in s, ss, x, sh, ch, o, we should add es. Okay, students, let us see the given examples. Look at the first one, bus. B-U-S, bus. The noun bus ends in s. So we added es to the bus. Buses. Bus is a singular noun. The plural form of bus is buses. Let's move to the next one, glass. The noun glass ends in ss. So we added es, glasses. The singular noun is glass. The plural form of glass is glasses. Let's move to the next example, that is box. Box is a singular noun. The noun box ends in x. So we added es. boxes. The singular noun is box. The plural form of box is boxes. Let us move to the next example, that is brush. Students, the noun brush ends in sh. So we added es. Brushes. The singular noun is brush. The plural form of brush is brushes. Let's move to the next one, that is bench. The noun bench ends in ch. So we added es. Benches. Bench is a singular noun. The plural form of bench is benches. Let's move to the last example, that is mango. The noun mango ends in o. So we added es. Mangoes. Mango is a singular noun. The plural form of mango is mangoes. Okay students, let us see the next rule, that is adding VES. Students, if any nouns that end in F or FE, we have to add VES. If any nouns that end in F or FE, we should remove the letter F or FE and then add VES. Okay students, let us see some examples, then you can easily understand the concept. Look at the first example, leaf. Leaf is a singular noun. Leaf, leaf. Look at the last letter, it is a F. Okay, the noun leaf ends in F. So what we have to do now? We have to remove the last letter F and then add VES, leaves. Leaves, leaves. Leaf is a singular noun. The plural form of leaf is leaves. Let us move to the next example, that is knife. Knife, knife. Knife is a singular noun and it ends in fe. So now we are going to remove the last two letters fe and then add VES, knives. Knife is a singular noun and the plural form of knife is knives. Okay students, now we are going to see the next rule, that is adding IES. Students, if any nouns that end in Y, we have to add IES. If any nouns end in the letter Y, we have to remove the last letter Y and then add IES. Okay students, let us see some examples. Look at the first example, baby. Baby is a singular noun and the noun baby ends in the letter Y. Now what we have to do? We have to remove the last letter Y and then add IES. Babies. Baby is a singular noun and the plural form of baby is babies. BABIES, babies. Let us see the next example, that is city. City is a singular noun and the noun city ends in Y. So we removed the letter Y and added IES. Cities. CITIES, cities. City is a singular noun and the plural form of city is cities. Students, let us see the next rule, that is irregular nouns. What do you mean by irregular nouns? Students, irregular nouns are also nouns but they do not follow any rules. What do you mean by irregular nouns? Irregular nouns are also nouns that they do not follow any rules, and those nouns are spelled differently in their plural forms. Okay students, let us see some examples, then you can easily understand. Look at the first one. The first example is man. Man is a singular noun. Okay, then what is the plural form of man? That is men. Okay, it is totally different. Man is a singular noun and the plural form of man is men. Let us move to the next example, that is child. Child is a singular noun Child is a singular noun and the plural form of child is children. Students, already we have discussed that irregular nouns or nouns, they are totally spelled differently in their plural forms. Okay students, let us move to the next rule, that is remain the same in their singular and plural forms. Students, some nouns or they remain the same in their singular and plural forms. Let us see some examples. Look at the first one, fish. Fish is a singular noun. Okay. For plural form also, we have to say fish. Both they remain the same in their singular and plural forms. For singular noun, we have to say fish. For plural form also, fish. Let us move to the next example, that is sheep. For singular noun also sheep, for plural also we have to say sheep. So these nouns remain the same in their singular and plural form. Students, now we are going to do the exercise. Before going to start any exercise, you have to read the heading properly and carefully. Okay? Write S if the noun is singular and P if it is plural. Write the plural forms of the singular nouns and the singular forms of the plural nouns. Students, here 16 nouns are given. Okay? Before going to write the answer, you should read the nouns properly. If the given noun is singular, you have to write the letter S inside the box. Otherwise, if it is plural, write the letter P inside the box. Okay? After writing it, next what we have to do means, if the given noun is singular means you have to write the plural form. If the given noun is plural, you have to write the singular. Okay? Okay, let us see some nouns. Look at the first one. The first one is cloud. Is cloud singular or plural? Cloud is singular. So what we have to do? We have to write the letter S inside the box. Okay? Then what is the plural form of cloud? Clouds. We have to add the letter S to the cloud. Clouds. So write the plural form also. Let's move to the next one, that is woman. Okay? Is this singular or plural? Woman is singular. So write the letter S inside the box. And then write the plural form of woman. What is the plural form? Yes, you're right. The plural form is women. 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 Let's move to the third one. The third one is cupboards. Is cupboards singular or plural? Yes, you're right. That is plural. So write the letter P inside the box. What is the singular form of cupboards? Yes, you're right. That is cupboard. No need to add the letter S. Okay? Just write the answer as cupboard. Let's move to the fourth one. Toothpick. Is toothpick singular or plural? Yes, you're right. Toothpick is singular. So what letter we have to write inside the box? You're right. We have to write the letter S inside the box. Then what is the plural form of toothpick? That is toothpicks. Which letter we have to add? What letter? Yes, we have to add the letter S to the toothpick. That is toothpicks. Let's move to the sixth one, windows. Is windows singular or plural? You're right. Windows, it is a plural form. So write the letter P inside the box. Then what is the answer? Then what is the singular form of windows? That is window. No need to write the last letter S. Let's move to the seventh one, brush. Students, is brush singular or plural? Yes, you're right. Brush is singular. Brush is singular. So write the letter S inside the box. Then what is the plural form of brush? Already we have learnt that if any noun ends in sh, what we have to add? We have to add es. So brushes. B-R-U-S-H-E-S. Brushes. Let's move to the 8th one, that is baby. Is baby singular or plural? Yes, baby is singular. So write the letter S inside the box. Then what is the plural form of baby? If a noun ends in Y, what we have to do? We have to remove the last letter Y and then add IES. Babies. B-A-B-I-E-S. Babies. It is the plural form of baby. Students, remaining 8 nouns are there. You have to do it yourself. So the first 8 completed. Remaining 8 are there. You have to do it yourself. Use pencil in grammar book. Do it clearly and neatly. Okay. Students, now we are going to do the next exercise, that is change the underlined nouns to their plural forms and rewrite the sentences. Students, what we have to do means some sentences are given, okay? Some words are underlined. We have to change the underlined nouns to their plural forms and rewrite the sentences. Students, we have to change other words too. Okay, now look at the first one. The monkey is jumping from branch to branch. This is the first sentence. Okay, in this sentence the word monkey is underlined. Students, is monkey singular or plural? Yes, monkey is singular. Now what we have to do means change the monkey. That means change this word from singular to plural. Then what is the plural form of monkey? Monkeys. Okay. Now we have to rewrite the sentence. After changing the noun into plural, we have to rewrite the entire sentence because we have to do some changes also. We have to change other words also. The monkeys are jumping from branch to branch because in question monkey is singular. So that's why we have used singular verb is. When we using plural nouns, we have to use plural verb. The monkeys are. In this sentence, monkeys, it is plural noun. So we have used plural verb are. The monkeys are jumping from branch to branch. Okay students, let us see the next one. The given sentence is, the postman is carrying a letter and a parcel. What is the given sentence? The postman is carrying a letter and a parcel. Students, in this sentence, 2 words are underlined. What are they? One is letter and another one is parcel. These 2 nouns are singular. Now, we have to change these nouns into plural. What is the plural form of letter? Yes, you're right. That is letters. We have to add the letter S. Then what is the plural form of parcel? Yes, you're right. That is parcels. Just we are going to add the letter S to letter and parcel. Okay. Now rewrite the sentence. The postman is carrying letters and parcels. Just remove the article A before the nouns because article A is used before the singular nouns only, okay, not for plural nouns. So that's why we removed. What is the answer? The postman is carrying letters and parcels. Okay. Students, write the answer neatly in your grammar book. Use pencil, okay, not pen. Use pencil. Students, let us see the third one. What is the third sentence? I can see a bee buzzing around a flower, a shrub, and a butterfly in the field. This is the given sentence, okay? In this sentence, three words are underlined. What are they? Bee, shrub, butterfly. These three nouns are underlined. Now we have to change these nouns into plural form. Students, what is the plural form of bee? What is the plural form for bee? Yes, you're right. The answer is bees. Just we are going to add the letter S. Okay, let's move to the next word, that is shrub. What is the plural form? What is the plural form for shrub? Yes, just we have to add the letter S, shrubs. Okay, let's move to the next word, that is butterfly. What is the plural form for butterfly? Yes, you're right. Butterflies. It means butterfly. The noun butterfly ends in Y. What we have to do? We have to remove the last letter Y and then add IES. BUTTERFLIES. Butterflies. So students, now rewrite the sentence. I can see bees buzzing around a flower, shrubs, and butterflies in the field. Okay, already I have explained that we do not use articles before plural nouns. Okay, so what is the answer? I can see bees buzzing around a flower, shrubs, and butterflies in the field. Students, remaining 4 or 5 sentences are there. You have to do it yourself. The first 3 we have completed. Remaining 5 are there. Simply easy sentences are there. You can do it yourself. Write neatly in grammar book. Use pencil. Okay, students. Now we are going to see uncountable nouns. What do you mean by uncountable? Do you know the meaning for uncountable? Yes, you're right. Uncountable means not countable. Not able to count. What do you mean by uncountable? Uncountable means not countable. Then, what do you mean by uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns are also nouns which cannot be counted. It means not able to count the nouns. It is known as uncountable nouns. Okay, students, let us see some examples here. Look at the first example. What is the first example? It is sugar. Okay, can you count the sugar? Students, can you count sugar? No, it is impossible to count the sugar. So, sugar is an uncountable noun. Already what we have explained, nouns which cannot be counted, it is known as uncountable nouns. So here sugar is an uncountable noun because we cannot count the sugar. Okay students, let's move to the next example. What is the second example? The second example is rice. Can you count the rice? No, we cannot count the rice and it is impossible to count. That's why rice is also an uncountable noun. Students, once again I am repeating, nouns which cannot be counted, it is known as uncountable nouns. We have seen 2 examples. So many examples are there, but here we have given 2 only. They are sugar and rice. Sugar and rice are examples for uncountable nouns. Students, let us see the next point. Don't use a or an. What do you mean by a or an? Articles. Okay, a or an means articles. So we do not use articles with uncountable nouns. That means we do not use a or an with any uncountable nouns. Okay, let us see some examples, then you can easily understand this topic. Look at the first example, a cheese. Students, we know that cheese is an uncountable noun because we do not say one cheese, two cheese, three cheese, because cheese is an uncountable nouns. Already I have explained that we do not use any number or any articles with uncountable nouns. Because cheese is a food item that needs to be cut and eaten in smaller pieces. Not only cheese, some food items that needs to be cut and eaten in smaller pieces. So that's food items are all uncountable nouns. Then how can we say? Instead we can say a piece of cheese. Don't say a cheese. Instead we can say a piece of cheese. This is the proper format to say. Let's move to the next one, assault. Assault is not a proper format because we know that salt is an uncountable noun. Students, can you count the salt? No, it is impossible to count the salt because it is smaller particles. Salt is smaller particles. We can't count the uncountable noun. Can we say 2 salt, 3 salt? Because it is not possible to say, not possible to count, and it is not the proper format to say. Instead we can say a packet of salt. Instead we can say a packet of salt. Students, and next point is don't have a plural form. Students, uncountable nouns have one form, that is singular form only. Uncountable nouns don't have a plural form. It means we do not add the letter s or es to any uncountable nouns. Okay, we do not add s or es to any uncountable nouns because uncountable nouns have singular form only. Students, let us see some more common examples of uncountable nouns. Look at the first example, a bowl of soup. Students, soup is an uncountable noun. We cannot count the soup. Then how can we say? We can say a bowl of soup. We can say a bowl of soup. Let us move to the next example, that is a cup of coffee or tea. Students, can you count the coffee or tea? It is not possible to count. Instead, we can say a cup of coffee or tea. We can count the cups, but we cannot count the coffee or tea. Instead, we can say a cup of coffee or tea. Let us move to the third example, that is a glass of juice or water. A glass of juice or water. Students, can you count the water or juice? We can't, because juice or water are uncountable nouns. We cannot count it. Instead, we can count the glasses of juices or glasses of water. What we can say? We can say a glass of juice or a glass of water. So this is the proper format to say. This is the proper format for uncountable nouns. Okay, students, let us see some more examples of uncountable nouns. Look at the given example, that is a jar of honey. Students, honey is an uncountable noun. Can you count the honey? No, we can't, because honey is an uncountable noun. Instead, we can say a jar of honey. Let's move to the next example, that is a slice of bread. Students, bread is an uncountable noun. already we have learned that some food items are also uncountable nouns because that food items needs to be cut up and eaten in smaller particles. So bread is an uncountable noun. We can say a slice of bread. A slice of bread. Let's move to the next example, that is a tube of toothpaste. Students, a toothpaste is an uncountable noun. We cannot count the toothpaste. Instead, we can say a tube of toothpaste. Students, let us see some more common examples of uncountable nouns. Look at the given example, that is a bottle of milk. Students, milk is an uncountable noun because we cannot count the milk. We cannot use 2 milk, 3 milk, etc. Instead, we can say a bottle of milk. What we can say? We can say a bottle of milk. Let's move to the next example, that is a bag of sugar. Students, sugar is an uncountable noun because we cannot count the sugar. It is impossible also. Instead, we can say a bag of sugar. Let's move to the next example, that is a bar of chocolate. Students, chocolate is an uncountable noun because again and again I am repeating one thing, that is some food items are also uncountable nouns because that food needs to be cut and eaten up in smaller pieces. So we cannot count the chocolate. Instead, we can say a bar of chocolate. Okay students, now we are going to do the exercise. Students, before going to start any exercise, you have to read the heading properly. Okay, listen properly. Write countable or uncountable for the following nouns. Students, 10 nouns are given here. You have to read it properly and then answer for it. Okay, look at the first one. The first one is chocolate. Is chocolate countable or uncountable? Yes, you're right. Chocolate is an uncountable noun. So write the answer as uncountable for the first one. Okay. Let's move to the next one, that is friend. Is friend countable or uncountable? Yes, friend is an countable noun. So write the answer as countable for the second one. Let's move to the third one. Is car uncountable or countable? Yes, car is also an countable noun. So write the third answer as countable. Let's move to the fourth one, butter. Is butter countable or uncountable? Yes, you're right. Butter is an uncountable noun. So what is the fourth answer? Write the fourth answer as uncountable. Let's move to the next one, book. Is book countable or uncountable? Book is a countable noun. So write the answer as countable for the fifth one. Let's move to the sixth one, time. Is time countable or uncountable? It is uncountable. So write the sixth answer as uncountable. Let's move to the seventh one, that is cup. Is cup countable or uncountable? Cup is a countable noun. So write the seventh answer as countable. Let's move to the eighth one, umbrella. Is umbrella countable or uncountable? Write the eighth answer as countable because we can count the umbrellas. Let's move to the ninth one, sugar. Is sugar countable or uncountable? You know the answer already. Yes, you're right. Sugar is an uncountable noun. So what is the ninth answer? Uncountable. Let's move to the 10th one, that is pencil. Is pencil countable or uncountable? Yes, pencil is a countable noun. So write the 10th answer as countable. Okay, students, do this exercise neatly and clearly in your textbook, in your grammar textbook. Okay, the same pattern is given. The same pattern is given in your grammar book also. Use pencil and do that exercise neatly and clearly. Okay, students, now we came to an end. It means recap corner. Students, today we have seen countable nouns and uncountable nouns. What do you mean by countable nouns? Countable nouns are nouns which can be counted. Okay, then what do you mean by uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns are nouns which cannot be counted. So, this is the difference between countable and uncountable. Countable means we can count. Uncountable means we cannot count. Okay, students, countable nouns have two forms. One is singular and plural. But uncountable nouns have one form, that is singular form. Students, we can use a number or article before the singular nouns, but we cannot use the article before the uncountable noun. Okay, students, I hope you understood clearly. Students, today we have seen countable nouns and uncountable nouns. I hope you understood this concept clearly. Students, in this chapter, you have an interesting activity. This activity is only for you, and it is in page number 23. You have to do it yourself. Students, while doing this activity, you can use pencil and eraser. Don't overwrite the words, write the sentences neatly and clearly, and practice the remaining exercises also. Then only you can easily understand this concept. Students, we will meet on next class with a new topic. Thank you.